Good Monday morning. I found us again, huh? It's very still out there this morning. It's a little daylight peeking through and I can see the colors of the sunrise coming up through the trees. So for today, we are going to focus on shoulders. So some shoulder strength and upper arm strength. And also on the muscles along the spine in the back. In extension, so those back bend kind of moves. Back bends help to support the core because they strengthen those muscles, but they also serve to wake you up. So shoulders and back. Meet me on the mat. We're going to start in a standing position today. I checked my cameras out, kind of, sort of, side camera. You're not going to see my arms, but that's okay. So find mountain pose at the top of your mat and take a little time here. Look down at the feet, lift and spread the toes and then place them down. So there's a little mat or floor, whatever you're standing on this morning, showing between the toes if possible. And then let's do some shifting forward and back and side to side. And then just mix it up, swirl, whatever feels good. Feel that connection to the earth. Feel that grounded, rooted sense, but then that gives you the freedom to sway without toppling over like those trees out there. And then find your balance, come to stillness. Now this breath practice is a power breath. So I'm going to bring my fingertips to my shoulders. And since it's a power breath, since it's a waking up, energizing kind of breath, we really kind of focus on the inhale, but also it's a quicker kind of breath. So there's an inhale halfway, inhale completely, then exhale, one long push. So I'm going to do the first one slow. So I'm going to turn to the right, inhale halfway, turn to the left, inhale, and then exhale, push that arm out. So let's go the other way. Keep going. As you exhale, focus on that rapid out breath, but also on getting rid of anything you don't need. Push it away. Maybe there's some people you want to push away. Let's do 5 more. Back to mountain pose. Pause. Notice all that energy up here. Stay grounded. Inhale up. And exhale, we'll fold forward, smooth the hands down the legs. Then lift halfway. And fold again. Pull the feet away from each other. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, hands home to the heart. Let's do some shoulder rolls, starting with the left. Forward, up, back, and down. Total of 5. Full range of motion, so no hurry. But we want full range of motion. One more. Feel the movement of the shoulders, the capability of movement. Let's go the other way with the right arm back and up, forward and down. Noticing especially the shoulder blade movement. And see if you can optimize all of the directions that the shoulder blade can move with this range of motion. One more. Now just do some shoulder rolls. Again, focusing on shoulder blades. Bring them close together in the back and then wrap them forward as far as you can. So there's elevation, lifting, depression. There is protraction and retraction, which means coming forward and moving back. And then there's some rotation, upward rotation available. Find all of that movement. And let those arms go. Now swing your arms out, reaching through the heel of the hand. And feel the shoulder blades here. Try to come to kind of a neutral place where the shoulder blades aren't too close to the spine and aren't wrapped too far forward. With that awareness, I want you to push your arms forward. Now the shoulder blades are coming closer to the armpits. Now plug the shoulders back in. And then I'm going to move this way so you can see me on the side camera. So my spine's not moving. I'm just moving through the shoulders, protracting and retracting. So protract is away from the midline, retracting, bringing those shoulder blades back towards the midline, towards the spine. We'll be bringing awareness to this kind of action as we move through today. Now bring the arms forward. So we're going to push through the heel of the hand. Feel as you're pushing that you have a little roundedness between the shoulder blades. So we want that when we're bearing weight for the stability in the shoulder sockets. And we're going to put more weight here along the index finger and the base of the thumb. Fingers are spread wide and a little grip of the mat. So remember those things as we come down. Inhale up. Exhale, fold forward again. Milk those legs down. Find your roots. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. We're not going down yet. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, the hands to the side. So bringing awareness to a back bend. When we come into a back bend, make sure those shoulders are open. Take your hands behind you now and take them to the sacrum, to the low back. Bend your knees a little bit and then move into a back bend. Nice, smooth back bend. Breathe. Feel the breath in the front body. Feel the contraction, the shortening of the muscles along the spine. So this is spinal extension. It's an energizing pose. It stimulates the sympathetic nervous system. But we're strengthening those posterior core muscles. And then exhale, release. All right, we're going down. Inhale out. And exhale, fold. Lift and lengthen halfway. Step back into table. And of course, cat-cow. But we're already bearing weight on the shoulders, so push. Feel that little lift between the shoulder blades. Keep that. And as you inhale, come into your back bend. And as you exhale, round the spine. Keep the shoulders stable. And isolate the movement to the spine. Inhaling into a back bend, really be aware of the contraction of the muscles back there. And then exhale, round the spine, become aware of the contractions of the front of the core. You're doing a little crunch. Let's do one more each way. Now come back to neutral. Now we're going to bring awareness to those shoulders again. So remember that movement. We pushed our arms out long. The shoulder blades came towards the armpits. Do that here. Make sure you're pressing into the base of index finger and thumb and gripping the mat. Now without moving the spine, just drop the chest, bringing the shoulder blades close to the spine. So retraction and then protraction. Call these shoulder blade push-ups. We'll do several each way. Let's do one more in each direction. Feel the movement available in the shoulder blades. And join me in a child's pose. Sit back. And let the forehead come down to your stacked fists, stacked arms. Maybe your forehead comes down to the mat. And notice in child's pose, we're rounding the spine. So this is spinal flexion. Breathe. As you breathe, breathe awareness into the spine and into the shoulder blades, into the armpits. collarbones. 2 more breaths. Now reach forward with your arms quite a bit. And we're going to slither forward, so as you inhale, come up and then come down. Lifting up into a little cobra. So feel the extension of the spine. Exhale down. And then back into child's. That's our first flow around the back, then lower the hips. Control that descent. Lifting up into your back bend and down. Back to child's. Back and forth. Feel the movement in the spine, the movement in the shoulders, the weight bearing on the upper extremities, building strength and bone. Let's do 2 more. One more. And meet me in table. Hands and knees. Adjust the shoulders. Push the mat away. Keep that alignment. Reach back with the right leg. Come onto the ball of the foot. Let's press through the heel. Get a nice stretch in the calf muscle. Now lift the heel. We'll keep that leg in line with the pelvis. Now round the spine and bring the knee towards the nose. Keep the knee bent and lift the leg so the ball of the foot's reaching up towards the ceiling, like you're bringing your heel towards the back of your head. So forward, rounding the spine. Back and up, we're doing some spinal extension, that back bend. Ooh, the colors are pretty outside now. One more. Now extend the leg out long again and reach out with the left arm, thumb up. Bird dog. Now bring the knee forward and bring the elbow back, but keep everything in line. So we're not reaching over to touch elbow to knee. It's almost like you're running, lopsided running. It's just one side. Reach. Check out that right hand, that right shoulder. Are you supporting it? Now bring the left hand down. Kickstand the left shin out, and we're going to slide over into a modified side plank. So I have my right leg lifted. You can bring the toe down to the earth if you like. Swing the right arm up by your ear. Breathe. Now bend the right knee and reach back for your ankle. Come into a back bend here. So open through the chest. Push the pelvis forward. Push the foot into the hand into the foot. Feel that right shoulder blade snuggle up next to the spine. And the left shoulder blade, you're pushing into the earth so it's coming towards the armpit. Keep breathing. Now extend that leg long, arm by the head, and come back to table. Do some hip circles. Go the other way. And then second side. Check out your shoulders. So are you pushing the mat away? Reach back with the left foot, ball of the foot on the floor. Push through the heel. Lift the leg, heel reaches up. I'm going to bend the knee, rounding the spine, knee towards nose. Inhale into a back bend. So reaching the heel of the foot towards the back of my head, the ball of the foot towards the ceiling. Let's do 4 more. Feel the back bend. Engage the muscles. There are lots of muscles up and down the spine. Since each vertebrae is meant to be able to move independently, they each have their own set of muscles More than a set, there's a bunch. And I'm going to reach out into bird dog, reaching through the heel and reaching through the fingertips. Check on your left shoulder, push down, support the shoulder. Now bring the left hand down, right hand down. Kickstand the right shin. We'll come up in our modified side plank. Swing the arm by the ear. Bend the knee, reach back for the ankle. Find a back bend. Breathe. See how much you can open through the left chest. Bringing that left shoulder blade towards the spine, hanging on to the wrist or to the ankle and pushing into the hand, and the hand resists. And then unwind. And come back to child's pose. It can be a wide child's pose if you like. I always like wide child's pose. And bring your forehead down to the mat. I keep my mouth up here away from the microphone. Breathe up and down the length of the spine. Notice you're in flexion now. So you're rounding, more of a cat back. So those muscles that were working in the back, in our back bends, are now being stretched and released. And then back to table. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. And of course we have to move. Let's find some space. Now put the feet hip distance apart. Look back there at them. Bend your knees a lot. Reach the heels towards the mat as you lift your sit bones straight up. Now shift your awareness to your arms. We're pushing the mat away, pressing into the base of the index finger, base of the thumb, but bend your elbows so they go out, and then scoop them down towards the mat as you straighten them. So I'll do that again. I'm going to bend out like you're bringing your head to the mat, then scoop them under you and straighten, and then adjust where you're pressing into the hand. You've supported the shoulders here. Breathe. Swing your right leg back and up. Bend the knee. We're going to do some hip circles. So I'm going to take the right knee, cross it under me towards the left elbow, and then circle back and up. Big hip circles here. Bring awareness to the shoulders. We're bearing a lot of weight here. And the movement may cause you to lose your stability. So you have to maintain that shoulder stability. And then back to down dog. Second side, left leg back and up. Bend the knee. Now we're going to do some circles, bringing left knee towards right elbow and then big swoop up and around. So you kind of go through a three-legged plank, back to a three-legged dog. Grip the mat. 2 more. And then back to down dog. Shifting forward to plank. Now feel your plank. Same sensation of pushing the mat away, a little roundedness between the shoulders. Drop your knees. Control the descent as you bring your chest down to the floor. Tuck your chin. Slide your hands in line with your armpits if they're not already. We'll do rolling cobra, so coming up a little higher. Inhale, rise up. Feel that extension in the spine. And exhale down. Let's do 4 more. Inhale. And exhale. 3 more. And as you come down, bring the arms out to the sides. And then, actually, I want you to bring your arms ahead of you. So we're going to start with this, and kind of a Superman. So we'll really be relying on the back to come into this back bend. I want you to lift. So this is half locust pose, Ardha Shalabhasana. And with the arms long, I'm lifted into a back bend. Tops of the feet might float up and away. But I want you to swing your left arm out and touch your hip. And then we're just going to do this kind of a swimming motion. Stay lifted. Find your drishti down the tip of your nose towards the floor in front of you. See if you can lift a little higher. Reaching in both directions. Lift a little higher. Draw your navel back towards your spine. Support your back. Let's do 2 more each way. And then come down to crocodile. So resting the head on the back of the hands. Bend your knees. Windshield wiper your shins. Release the back. Make sure as you windshield wiper, the hips move with this. So that movement in the pelvis will release the lumbar spine. And then come to stillness with the shins on the mat. Breathe. Now find your way to plank and down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. Step it forward. Drop your knee. On an inhale, rise up. Anjaneyasana. And hold. Breathe. Now we'll flow a little bit. So as you exhale, fingertips come down. Straighten the leg and sit back. Feel that stretch in the back of the leg. Inhale, down with the pelvis, up with the arms. Exhale, hips go back. Arms go down. Feel the movement in the shoulder blades. And notice how the spine is moving from extension and Anjaneyasana to a little bit of flexion as we fold forward, rounding. Let's do 1 more each way. And we're going to end up in Anjaneyasana. Now bring the knees and the legs more to a 90-degree angle, and we're going to turn towards the right leg, the forward leg, and open up into a twist. Now drop the left hand down along the inside of the right foot, but under the shoulder. I'm in this nice twist. I'm on the ball of the foot with the left leg. Press through the heel and lift. And then rise up in your twist. Swing the right hand down, making kind of the bottom half of a circle, and rise up with the arms. So now we're in high crescent lunge. Nice back bend through the spine, but more of a balance challenge. Now we'll do that same back bend to straighten the front leg, so coming into more of a pyramid, folding any amount, and then inhale up. Exhale, forward and down. 3 more. One more. Frame that foot, step back and plank. Make sure the shoulders are stable. And on the balls of your feet, I want you to pivot to the right with your heels. Bring your left arm up, so a side plank. And then other way. Down dog. Swing the left leg back and up. Step it forward. And drop your knee. Keep the toes tucked. Swing your arms up and pelvis down, second side. Exhale, folding forward, hips back. That leg straightens. You can come to your heel, but I think probably keep the sole of your foot to the mat, reaching with the toes. Inhale up. 4 more, so here's 1. 2. 3. Feel the muscles of the back. And 4. 1 more fold. Now rise up, keep the knees and the legs at 90-degree angles. Reach up with the arms. Breathe here. Take your twist to the left. Reach. Now drop the right hand. Extend through the heel of the right leg. And lift your knee and see if you can lift up in your twist without falling. I didn't fall, I fell out. I didn't fall. Now drop the left arm down, bottom half of the circle. We'll come into high crescent lunge. So back bend. And then pyramid fold. So blocks can be useful here, or you can just use fingertips on the mat or to the shins. We'll do a total of 4 each way. This is 2. 3. 4. Find plank. Around the balls of the feet, I want you to shift your heels to the right. Bringing the weight to the right hand. I'm on the inside of one foot, outside of the other. Reach up. Check in on that right shoulder, push down, and then unwind back to plank. Second side. Now my heels are shifted to the left, and my right arm reaches up. Now we're going to add a little something. I want you to come to your forearm on the right. And we'll shift into a side plank on the forearm. Second side, forearm. And then back to a forearm plank with your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're on the balls of your feet. Push your chest forward, lower your hips. Keep the chest lifted. And now we're in Sphinx. So pull the hands towards you. Let that pull the heart forward and lift up through the crown of the head. Breathe up and down the length of the spine. Press into the mat with your 10 toes and the tops of your feet. Draw your navel back towards your spine. Now turn the hands Pivot on the elbows so the hands are right over the corners of your mat. We're going to lift up into a deeper back bend called seal. So feel the spine. Make this a smooth back bend. No hinges. If we could look at your spine through an X-ray machine, all those disc spaces would be even. Nothing collapsing, just extending, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. 2 more breaths. Feel this heart opening sense. And then exhale, slowly come down. Slow, 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 slow. Let's push back into a child's pose. So we'll counter that with a little flexion of the spine. Breathe. Notice how a nice inhale directed to the tailbone can massage and stretch the muscles that we've been using to come into our back bends. Two more breaths. Now reach long with the hands, really long, and we're going to come forward, adjust those knees so they're under your hips. I want you to be in a kneeling plank. So if you need to, come to plank, line your plank up, then drop your knees. Tops of the feet can be on the mat, or you can tuck your toes. We're going to do those shoulder blade push-ups here. So the spine stays neutral. And I'm just sinking down, bringing shoulder blades towards spine, pushing down into the mat, wrapping the shoulder blades towards the armpits. Where are you pressing your weight into your hands? Remember that big bone in the center under your thumbs. The radius is better suited to bear weight. That outer bone, the ulna, is not. Let's do 2 more each way. Now from here, let your pelvis sag. So now you're kind of in a cobra. Push into the tops of your feet. Now you're in up dog. Look up. Nice spinal extension. And then exhale, fold down. Let's come to crocodile. Separate the legs, bend the knees, windshield wiper or circle. Circling feels good too. And I'm being a little cautious because I don't want to stub my toe on the chair back there. And then come to stillness. Breathing up and down the spine, breathing into the shoulders, the armpits. Maybe even wiggling the wrists and the fingers. And so we're bearing a lot of weight. We need that bone strength, but we're not quadrupeds, so we have to be very cautious in the way we bear weight. 2 more breaths here. Meet me in down dog. Swing your right leg back and up. And step it forward. Externally, that was my microphone. Externally rotate the back foot. We're going to come up in warrior 2. Come up in warrior 2 while I fix my mic. Reaching out with those arms. Shoulders are heavy. Crown of the head is very light. So from warrior 2, we're going to straighten that front leg and bring the arms overhead. Gaze goes to the left. And then exhale back to warrior 2. Gaze goes to the right fingers. Inhale up. And exhale down. Reach with the fingers in both ways. And then come back to warrior two. And take your hands to your hips and scoop those sit bones underneath you. Soften through the front chest, through the ribs. It's easy, and I do it all the time, to really extend through the back here, to come into a little back bend. But warrior two isn't about that. So scoop the sit bones. Let's do 3 more. Straighten that front leg. And then exhale. Movement with breath. 1 more. Hands to hips again. Straighten the front leg back. Around here to Prasarada. Toes point in the same direction to your left. As you inhale, swing your arms up. Exhale, roll those shoulders back as you bring your hand to your low back, like we started. Open through the chest. Drop your shoulders out of your ears. Start to send the pelvis forward and the gaze up. Come into a nice back bend here. And don't just throw the head back. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Again, if we could take an x-ray of your spine, the distance between the vertebrae would be equal. There wouldn't be any place where we were just dropping. And then inhale, straighten out the spine. Exhale, the arms to the sides. Inhale, up. Exhale, let's just fold forward. Grab opposite elbows here. And just hang. You can sway a little side to side. Now drop your fingertips to the mat. Walk to the top. Come to plank. Shift forward. Drop the hips. Maybe you just flip the feet into up dog. Maybe you come down to Cobra. And then meet me in down dog. Breathe. Left leg back and up. Step forward. Rising up in warrior two. Remember, warrior two requires a nice wide stance. Feel warrior two. Scoop the sit bones. Reach in both directions. Inhale, straighten the legs, arms overhead, gaze to the right. Exhale, back to warrior two. Scoop the sit bones. 4 more. Here's 1. 2. 3. 4. Hands to hips, Prasarada, toes point to the right now. Let's take that back bend again. Starting from a nice long spine, and then reach back with one hand, back with the other. Bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra once you get there with the fingers down. And maybe you rotate the fingers up. Lift the gaze. Come into your back bend. Reach back with your elbows. Breathe up and down the spine. And then release the arms to the sides. We're going to fold forward. Let the arms hang like elephant trunks. Let the head hang. You can even shake the head yes and no. Walk on the fingertips to the top of the mat. Step back in plank. Now let's shift. We're going to stay in plank and we're going to shift into a side plank again. Let's go to the left because my chair is going to be in the way for the right. So tip the heels to the left. And here's our side plank. Now see if you can lift the right leg and reach behind you stepping that foot down and then lifting through the heart. Coming into Parshva, Vashisthasana, or Rock Star. And then back down to plank. Feel the strength in the shoulders. Let's see if I can do it on this side. I don't know, with that chair there. Reach up. You can stay here or reach behind you. And so we're kind of in sort of kind of a back bend, really strong right shoulder. Very powerful pose. Unwind. Drop the knees. Child's pose. Little flexion of the spine. Let's move through the wrists here. We're finished on the wrists. Now rise up onto the knees. A couple of blocks can be helpful. We're going to come into camel, Ustrasana. So it can be a back bend that's, I don't know, some days I can do it, some days I can't. So I like to start with blocks, tallest setting, way back there by my ankles. And first, I want you just to do that, opening through the chest, bringing the shoulder blades towards the spine, reaching back with the heel of the hand, drawing the elbows back, and then really focusing on a nice, smooth back bend. Go back as far as you can. If camel's easy for you and you can take your hands to your heels, go ahead. But if not, maybe you can step into it like I am and then come back up. Like I said, some days I get there, some days I don't. Now this time I'm going to see if I can do the same and find the blocks. So open. And sometimes it's nice just to go one hand at a time. And lift. Feel the back bend, then inhale up. Now here we go to the heels. I'm not guaranteeing anything. So back, maybe one side, and then maybe the other. And inhale up. I made it. But boy, it can feel like those heels are a million miles away and you can't really see, so you have no idea how close you are. Let's come to our back. Nice back bend. Let's do a few counter poses here before we release into Shavasana. So once you arrive, just come to a neutral spine. Just feel the back. Feel the shoulders, notice the wrists. And then draw the knees into the chest. We'll feel the low back flatten. So we're not in a neutral spine anymore, we're in flexion. Curl up. So this is kind of a upside down child's pose. Then release the feet down. Let's do 3 little gentle bridge poses. A couple more back bends, lifting up on an inhale, exhaling down, just gentle. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. One more. How about a nice happy baby before we settle in? So find your way to whatever happy baby you can find this morning. Maybe your happy baby hangs on behind the knees or the shins. Maybe if you're down here on the feet, you can just release the feet and take the toes and straighten the legs a little bit. Move. Rocking side to side, massaging the muscles along the spine that we've worked today. Give them a little love. And then release to a shape of your choosing for Shavasana. It'll be brief today. I've gone a little long, I think. Breathing up and down the spine. As you're lying on your back, bring awareness to your back. We don't see that part of us. We're moving forward during our day. The back is there too. Send a little gratitude to the back. We'll start to move the body in small ways, reaching long with the entire body on an inhale. One more curled up exhale. Rolling over on your right side. Stay all curled up. And then find your way to a seated position. Well, it's daylight. Time to start our week. I hope you're feeling a little more energized. The breath practice, the back bends, all helped energize the nervous system. And the shoulders are stronger to carry whatever you got to carry today. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. May you have peaceful thoughts, peaceful words, a peaceful heart, and a peaceful world. Namaste. Thank you. Have a good week. Join me Wednesday, 7 a.m. for Tone and Strength. Friday for another yoga class, 7 in the morning. See you then.